All right, here we go. We are doing parallel and perpendicular lines today. So from geometry, who can tell me what parallel lines are? How come only like 5 of us have our... Oh, good. Okay. Nathan, what are they?
They are 2 lines that never touch.
2 lines that never touch. Clap if you agree with Nathan. Okay, so I had a lot of people doing this. That's good too. 2 lines that never touch. So they look like that. Now, in the context of graphs, what do we think? If they never touch, what does that say about Kendra? Okay, they're on the same plane. That's true. Good. Michael, do you have something else? Perfect. They have the same slope. Give Kendra and Michael rounds of applause. Or 1 round for both of them. Okay, good. So, in the context of what we are doing, it is lines that have the same slope. Same slope. Okay. Now, again from geometry, perpendicular lines. What do we think? So, go. Let's see. Akashni? They touch in what way? Okay, good. That's good. So she's going like this. Okay, so the question is, what does that intersection look like? Let's see. Stacy? It forms a 90-degree angle. Clap if you agree with Stacy. Okay, 2 lines that intersect at a 90-degree angle. Okay, I'm sure you all can see that. Good. Okay, so as far as our slopes go, in parallel lines, we have the same slope. Perpendicular lines, slopes are negative reciprocals of one another. Okay, so the slopes of perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals of each other. Slopes of perpendicular lines. Okay, so we're going to put up here examples of that. Did you have some coffee today? Yes.
I don't like coffee. It tastes gross.
Okay. Candy?
No.
No.
I had Cheerios for breakfast.
Okay, Cheerios. What else?
Regular
That's a good question, yes.
Like
regular with bananas, okay. Sounds good.
It was a healthy
There's not a ton of sugar in there. We already talked about the energy thing, though. Okay, so here we go. Slopes, all right, so can somebody give me an example? Let's say the slope of one line is 2/3. If we have a line that's perpendicular to that, what would be the negative reciprocal of 2/3? Lydia? That's part of it. The negative piece is right, but there's also something else. Hannah? Good. -3/2. So there's the negative piece, and then the reciprocal is you flip the numerator and denominator. Okay. Let's see. All right. So those are the things that we're looking for today. Okay. And that's about it. We are given some lines, we're given some points, and we want to figure out whether things are perpendicular or parallel or neither. Okay, here we go. Classify the lines determined by the 2 pairs of points. So let's just say classify. We don't need to do overwording here. Classify as parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay. So the first one set that we're doing is we're given a set of points, okay? So the first set is -2, 7, and 3, 6. That is the first line. And then the second line has the points 4, 2, and 9, 1. Okay, so again, the first line has the points -2, 7, and 3, 6. The second line has the points 4, 2, and 9, 1. Okay, so can somebody tell me how they think we could go about this problem? If we're trying to figure out whether the first line is parallel, perpendicular, or neither to the second line, what would we do? If there's a shaking of the head happening for our viewers at home, it's usually because of something that's happening over on this side of the classroom. Ashley?
You have to find the slopes of each line.
find the slopes, class, or, wow. Okay, so did I tell you all about my word morphing thing? Where I do that? Okay, so, I was going to say clap if you agree with Ashley, and I don't actually know what the second word was. Clap if you agree with Ashley. Find the slopes. Okay, yay, good. Oh, that's so awful. Delete. Oh. How long has that been up there? 12 minutes. We've only been recording for 5. How is that possible? Okay, so who can tell me on here? Oh, something funny with these. Okay, so how do I find the slope of the first set of points? Ashley. Good. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. So I'm not going to, well, do you guys want me to list up here which ones are Y2, Y1, X2, all that? No. Okay, good. So can somebody tell me what I'm plugging in here for each of the points? Chaz.
6 minus 7.
Good.
And 3 minus -2.
Good. Okay, so Chaz, which, yes, clap if you agree with Chaz. And Ashley both. All right, so 6 minus 7 is -1. 3 minus -2 turns into what? +2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, so let's do the next one. Can someone tell me, let's put a line here. Next one. What do I do there? Oh, I'm sorry. Haley, go ahead.
1 minus 2
Okay,
and 9 minus
good. So what do we end up with?
4. -1 over
Good. So now they both have a slope of -1 over 5. So can someone interpret that for me as far as what the directions are asking us to do? We're supposed to say whether these are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So, let's see. Rachel? How do you know they're parallel? Good. Same slope. Parallel. Everybody give all of the volunteers on that one a round of applause. Good. How are we doing on questions? You guys want to do another one of those?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait for a second. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that? 3
Squiggles. Here? 3 minus -2. All right. You guys ready? Can I move it? No.
Do it. Remove your hand. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so just so you all know, we have a group test coming up on Friday again. Yay! Oh, I like that. You guys are excited for group tests. That's good.
Wait, how did you do it? Oh, okay. I was like,
All right, I'm moving it. So, here we go. Get it from a neighbor if you did not get that. All right. Next, we only have 2 more examples. Isn't that awesome? Okay. Show that the line, and this is about the extent of the homework. It's not difficult, which is a good thing after last night, right? Yay. Okay. Show that we had last night's homework did not go well for a lot of us. Show that the line which contains the points D, which is 0, 2/3, and E, which is at -6, -2/3, is perpendicular to the line containing the points Q, which is -1, 4, and T, which is 1, -5. All right.
Does that say -2/3 on E?
Yes. So D is 0, 2/3. E is -6, -2/3. And then Q is -1, 4. T is 1, -5. So what do you guys think? How might we go about showing that the line containing D and E is perpendicular to the line containing Q and T? Lydia? No. Okay. All right. What do you think? What do we know about the slopes of perpendicular lines? Let's start there. Negative reciprocal. So, what would we have to do if we have 2 points within one line, and we have 2 points within another line? It's exactly like the last problem, Ashley.
Find the slopes again.
That's good. Give Ashley a round of applause. Holy cow. All right, so find the slope of the points D and E. All right, so between D and E. So what does that come out to?
An answer.
An answer. Good. How do we get to that answer? Magic.
Use the problem.
Use the problem. Good. If I want to find the slope between points D and E, yes.
Oh, minus them.
Elizabeth? 2/3 minus negative 2/3. Okay, over what? Yeah, go ahead. Good. 0 minus negative 6.
And where would that put us?
It can. It can. Either way. You can do negative 2/3 minus 2/3 or the other way around, as long as you keep it consistent on the bottom. Okay, so on the top 2/3 plus 2/3 comes out to what? 4/3 over 6. What was that trick that we learned again as far as these denominators? Just multiply them. So it comes out to what? 4 over 18. And that reduces to what? 2/9. Good. Okay, now we want to do the same thing with Q and T, for the line QT. Okay, so how do we find the slope between the points Q and T? Ashley. Plug them in again. So, you want to plug them in? Or I can give it to somebody else. Gentlemen. Shh. Actually, Nathan volunteered. Nathan.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, what do I do?
You are telling me, you're directing me. I'm trying to find the slope of the line that has these 2 points.
Okay, so to find the slope, you need to set up the problem like the last one.
That's good.
So we do the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which
Good.
y2 is 4 and y1 is -5
Okay.
minus -5, and then it is over 1 minus -1.
So close. What's
Wait.
funky about that? You start with the 4 here on the top, then you want to start with the negative
yeah.
1 on the bottom.
-1.
-1 minus
Regular.
-1 minus regular 1. Oh, I'm missing my white out. Today is like a hot mess. Okay, here we go. All right, we're having yeah, I know. I'm having issues today. All right, what happens with the double negatives?
They turn to positive.
They turn to positive. So, what do we end up getting? We have 4 plus 5 on the top, and that would be a -1 minus 1 on the bottom, which is what?
9 over -2.
Okay, so that those two calculations in themselves, that is showing that the lines are perpendicular. Okay? Questions on this? Yes? Okay, no. You can't just graph it because, well, I guess you could if you had a protractor and wanted to actually measure and verify that it's exactly 90 degrees. Yeah. Other questions? Okay, you want to do one more?
No.
No. Oh. Okay,
It was a good lesson.
let me put up. I know you guys are all dying here.
Same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. No.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. I shouldn't take your guys' word for anything because this has happened before where I say, okay, you guys want to go through more, and everybody says no, and then they see a problem on the homework. They're like, why did you not go through that?
Wait, we
Well,
don't
you all
want to
need
see
to go too.
we don't want to see multiple of the same question.
Oh, okay, multiple. That's good. Okay, I agree with that. Okay, the line containing E. Last one, I promise. Okay, containing E, which is A, comma 8. Yes, A. That's not a number, but a letter. A, comma 8. And F, which is 5, 0, is parallel to the line that contains D, which is at 1, 7, and C, which is -3, -4. Find A. Now, a lot of us are probably going to look at this and go, okay, it's super easy. We don't really need to go through it anyway. That's fine. But for people who are looking at this and going, I have no idea how to start this, it's a good thing we're going through this. So, what do you guys think? It says that the lines are parallel. So what do we know about lines that are parallel? They have the same slope. Okay, so we have E and F are within one line. How do I, if I was going to set this up to find a slope, how would I do that? Good. Y2 minus Y1, so 0 minus 8 over 5 minus A. Okay, so this is the slope of line EF. And you said that, again, the slopes are equal, correct?
Yeah.
So the slope of line DC should be equal to the slope of line EF. So how would I set up the slope for DC? Okay, that's good. Good. Okay, so now it's just a matter of going through. 0 minus 8 is negative 8 over 5 minus A. Negative 4 minus 7 is how much? 11. Good. And negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. Okay, think back to Algebra 1. This is a proportion, and the way that we solve proportions is cross multiply. Okay, so on the left-hand side, we have negative 8 times negative 4 is 32. On the right, we have negative 11 times 5 minus A. This one? Right there. All right, so how do I solve this for A? Somebody guide me. Marcy.
Would you have to first divide by negative 11 to get
You don't have, I would not recommend doing that. Only because you're going to end up with funky fractions.
okay. Sorry. Then use the distributive. Be quiet. Then use the distributive property to make it negative 35 over. I mean, plus 11.
Okay, good. And then what would be, who can tell me the next step after that? Let's see. Natalia? Good. Plus 55. We're still going to get a weird number, but that's okay. So we get 87 equals 11A. Okay, last step. You can tell me the last step. Orlando. So A equals 87 elevenths. What a lovely number that is. I know. All right. That's the end. Are there any questions? No questions? So you all are going to ace this homework? Yay. All right. So the homework is, write it up here. Actually, are we all done with this? Are people still using it? Not done. Okay. So this is homework number 14. It's page 91, written exercises, numbers 1 to 10 all, 14 to 20 even. Right, any last minute questions? You're free. You're free to work on your homework now.